Ego says, once everything falls into place, I will find peace. Spirit says, find your peace, and then everything will fall into place. Marianne Williamson. You have to love yourself because no amount of love from others is sufficient to fill the yearning that your soul requires from you. Didinsky. Always look at the good things in life and never dwell on the negative. If you keep your head down, you will miss the great things in life. I accept myself for who I am and what I believe. It is not my responsibility for you to accept me. That is your problem. I choose to live by choice, not by chance. To make changes, not excuses. To be motivated, not manipulated. To be useful, not used. To excel, not compete. I choose self-esteem, not self-pity. I choose to listen to my inner voice, not the random opinions of others. PositiveOutlooks.com. You have to get so sure in who you are that no one's opinion, rejection, or bad behavior can rock you. Every time you look in the mirror, remember that God created you and that everything He creates is beautiful and good. Joyce Meyer. You don't have to look the way you feel. Get up, get dressed, and walk with your head held high, because there are people who want to see you miserable. Don't give them the satisfaction. When you have faith in yourself, you don't need others to believe in you. Self-confidence is the best outfit. Slip it on and rock it. You look good. Stop saying I wish. Start saying I will. Your job is not to judge. Your job is not to figure out if someone deserves something. Your job is to lift the fallen, restore the broken, and heal the hurting. Always be true to your feelings. The more you deny what you feel, the stronger it becomes. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Motivational quotes. If we could look into each other's hearts and understand the unique challenges each of us faces, I think we would treat each other much more gently, with more love, tolerance, and care. Marvin Ashton. Sometimes there is not next time, no timeouts, and no second chances. Sometimes it's now or never. Go as far as you can see. When you get there, you will see further. Ziegler. Never quit. If you stumble, get back up. What happened yesterday no longer matters. Today's another day. So get back on track and move closer to your dreams and goals. You can do it. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Jim Rohn. God has two dwellings, one in a heaven and the other in a meek and thankful heart. Isaac Walton. My journey hasn't been easy, but I'm still standing, still laughing, forgiving, loving, learning, and living. Perfectly imperfect, unapologetically me. No matter how severe the storm, when you're with God, there is always a rainbow waiting at the end. Pastor John Hagee. Get your fire back. It's not over until God says it's over. Start believing again. Start dreaming again. Start pursuing what God put in your heart again. The moment you're ready to quit is usually the moment right before the miracle happens. Do not give up. You may not see a way, but God still has a way. It may look impossible, but God can do the impossible. Joel Osteen. Nothing can shake those who are secure in God's hands. God will always provide. It just might look different than what we had in mind. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There will be haters. There will be doubters. There will be non-believers, and then there will be you, proving them wrong. Annette Powell. No one can block the blessings that God has for you. No one. Faith stands for forwarding all issues to heaven. Stop expecting full-time blessings when you're a part-time Christian. God wants all of you all of the time. Trent Shelton. Grace is when God gives us what we don't deserve. Mercy is when God doesn't give us what we do deserve. God changes caterpillars into butterflies, sand into pearls, and coal into diamonds, using time and pressure. He was working on you too. Everything you've been through has been preparing you for where you're going to. Billy Cox. All I need today is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of God. Every time I thought I was being rejected from something good, I was actually being redirected to something better. Dr. Steve Maraboli. No point in stressing over something you cannot change. Move on and grow stronger. Life quotes. I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over again. F. Scott Fitzgerald. In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. How to begin: rebuilding life from within. Love yourself unconditionally. Release bottled up emotions. Make time for long walks alone. Avoid living beyond your means. Nurture your inner strength. Stop apologizing for being you. Surround yourself with positive people. Embrace your situation, whatever it may be. Experience is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. You can have Aldous Huxley. You can have everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. Zig Ziglar. One thorn of experience is worth a whole wilderness of warning. James Russell Lowell. Contrary to popular belief, an artist is never ahead of his time, but most people are far behind theirs. Don't let the people who do so little for you control that much of your feelings and emotions. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It continues, it goes on. Life is too short to live it offended, upset, stressed, discouraged, or confused. Every day is a gift. Live it as such. If you have a pulse, God has a plan. Don't look so hard at my past. I don't live there anymore. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. As I look back on my life, I realized that every time I thought I was being rejected for something good, I was actually being redirected to something better. In life, you'll realize there is a purpose for every person you meet. Some are there to test you, some will use you, some will teach you, and some will bring out the best in you. Life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness out of you. Life is like a roller coaster. It has its ups and downs, but it's your choice to scream or enjoy the ride. When things fall apart, consider the possibility that life knocked it down on purpose, not to bully you or punish you, but to prompt you to build something that better suits your personality and your purpose. Just because the past didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, doesn't mean your future can't be better than you ever even imagined. Sometimes the hardest pill to swallow comes from a prescription that you created. Tomorrow is the first page of your 365-page book. Write a good one. Humble yourself or life will do it for you. If you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done. Sometimes good things fall apart so better things can fall together. Marilyn Monroe. If you learn from defeat, you haven't really lost. Zig Ziglar. Winners are not those who never fail, but those who never quit. A clear rejection is always better than a fake promise. Life is like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture good times, develop from negative, and if things don't work out, take another shot. A year from now, you will wish you had started today. No matter how big your house is, how recent the car is, or how big your bank account, our graves will always be the same size. Stay humble. When you have a problem, don't go to the phone, go to God's throne. The more you complain about your problems, the more problems you will have to complain about. If you complain, you'll remain. If you praise, you'll be raised. The 3 C's of life: chances, choices, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance or your life will never change. Sometimes you have to accept the fact that certain things will never go back to how they were. Forgiveness does not always lead to healed relationships. Some people are not capable of love, and it might be wise to let them go along with your anger. Just wish them well. You gotta let them go along with your anger. Just wish them well and take care of yourself. Thinking and thoughts quotes. Nothing binds you except your thoughts. Nothing limits you except your fear, and nothing controls you except your beliefs. Marianne Williamson. Change your thoughts, and you can change your world. Norman Vincent Peale. The only thing making you unhappy are your thoughts. Change them. Annetta Powell Online. The way to happiness. 1. Keep your heart free from hate. 2. Keep your mind free from worry. 3. Live simply. 4. Expect little. 5. Give much. Carol Borges. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in alignment. Gandhi. Happiness is not determined by what's happening around you, but rather what's happening inside you. In the happy moments, praise God. In the difficult moments, seek God. In the quiet moments, trust God. In every moment, thank God. Those who are the happiest never did have everything, but rather they are thankful for everything that they do have. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Quotes on hope. In a world filled with hate, we must still dare to hope. In a world filled with anger, we must still dare to comfort. In a world filled with despair, we must still dare to dream. And in a world filled with distrust, we must still dare to believe. Think in the now. Believe in the future. Chris Butler. Don't think outside the box. Think like there isn't any box. Where you are today is no accident. God is using the situation you are in right now to shape you and prepare you for the place He wants to bring you into tomorrow. Trust Him with His plan even if you don't understand it. God has a purpose for your pain, a reason for your struggle, and a reward for your faithfulness. Do not give up. If plan A fails, remember there are 25 more letters. Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. Bruce Lee. Quotes about people. Never blame anyone in life. Good people give you happiness, bad people give you experience, worst people give you lesson, and best people give you memories. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Dalai Lama. I love people who make me laugh. I honestly think it's the thing I like most, to laugh. It cures a multitude of ills. It's probably the most important thing in a person. Audrey Hepburn. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. When you allow the wrong people in your house, stuff will come up missing, like joy, peace, love, hope, faith. Yes, people do steal these things. Stop allowing other people to dilute or poison your day with their words or opinions. Stand strong in the truth of your beauty and journey through your day without attachment to the validation of others. Dr. Steve Maraboli. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambition. Small people always do that, but the really great ones will make you feel that you too can become great. Mark Twain. Maybe some people just aren't meant to be in your lives forever. Maybe some people are passing through. It's like some people just through to bring us something, a gift, a blessing, a lesson we needed to learn, and that's why we're here. They're here. You'll have that gift forever. Daniel Steele. You're going to come across people in your life who will say all the right words at all the right times, but in the end, it's always their actions you should judge them by. It's actions, not words, that matter. Nicholas Sparks. You can't let everyone speak into your life because some people don't know their left from their right and want to give you directions. Not everyone cares. Some people just want to hear your problems to feel better about their own life. Tony A. Gaskins Jr. I want to be around people that do things. I don't want to be around people that judge or talk about what people do. I want to be around people who dream, support, and do things. Amy Poehler. Do not look back. If a person chose to step out of your life, leave them. Not everyone who started with you will finish with you. Be okay with that. Tony A. Gaskin Jr. Not everyone will understand your journey. That's fine. It's not their journey to make sense of. It's yours. Don't waste words on people who deserve your silence. Sometimes the most powerful things you can say is nothing at all. Mandy Hill. Those who spend their time looking for the fault in others usually make no time to correct their own faults. Art Jonak. Whether you are good or bad, people are going to talk. Worry about yourself and forget about what others think. Mean people don't bother me a bit. Mean people who disguise themselves as nice people bother me. Stop wasting time getting upset at other people, at those who criticize your life. It's always someone who has no idea of the price you paid to get to where you are today. You can only control what you do. Other people are always going to do what they want regardless of how you feel about it, so stop stressing about them. No matter what anyone else thinks of me, God knows my heart and that is what matters. I am not the competition. I'm not trying to outshine, outdress, or outdo anybody. My goals don't involve other people. I'm trying to become a better me. I only strive. People come and people go. The best will stay. Don't ruin other people's happiness just because you can't find your own. I'd like to say thank you to all of the people who came into my life and made it outstanding, and also to all the people who walked out of my life and made it fantastic. Success quotes. You can't block me. I am destined for greatness. You can't stop it. You cannot block it. You cannot beat it nor repeat it. The fact that you keep trying humors me. Lynn R. Davis. Success doesn't just come and find you. You have to go get it. If you want to be successful, you must respect one rule. Never lie to yourself. Paulo Coelho. Everything you do is based on the choices you make. It's not your parents, your past relationships, your job, the economy, the weather, an argument, or your age that is to blame. You and only you are responsible for every decision and choice you make, period. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way for success is always to try just another time. Thomas Edison. You have the power to say, this is not how my story will end. How can I say I can't when the Bible says I can do all things through Christ who gives me the strength? Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. Some people succeed because they are destined to, but most people succeed because they are determined to. The only thing we can control is our own attitude. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. If we did all the things we were capable of doing, we would literally astonish ourselves. Thomas Edison. Success. Your desire for success must be greater than your fear of failure. Success is not an act, but rather a habit. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Make the present good and the past will take care of itself. One person with passion is greater than 99 who only have an interest. Successful people create opportunities. They don't wait around for them to happen. Winners don't do different things. Winners do things differently. Success is not measured by what you do compared to someone else. Success is what you do compared to what you're capable of doing. One person with passion is greater than 99 who only have an interest. Success isn't the result of spontaneous combustion. You have to set yourself on fire. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. Winners don't do different things. Winners do things differently. Success is a ladder you cannot climb with your hands in your pockets. Success is not an accident. Neither is failure. You can't force success. It's never too late to get where you want to be. When you want to succeed as bad as you want it to breathe, then you will be successful. Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. Success is doing the right things right. You must be persistent in your discipline and habits if you want to be successful. Motivation. Don't worry about them. Let them worry about you. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. It's not that you can't, it's that you have not done it. Sometimes you have to get in over your head to realize you're not really in over your head at all. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour, a day or a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. Do the things others won't do and have the things others won't have. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Face each day with the expectation of achieving good rather than dread of falling short. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. The reason most people fail is because they trade what they want most for what they want at the moment. Well done is better than well said. Sometimes you have to get in over your head to realize that you're not really in and over your head at all. Opportunity doesn't knock. It presents itself when you beat down a door. The hardest part of any journey is taking the first step. What we do defines who we are. The only way to define your limits is to go beyond them. Set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. One chance is all you need. What we do defines who we are. Never tell me the sky is the limit. There's footprints on the moon. When it comes to going after what you love in life, don't ever take no for an answer. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. There are those who see an opportunity and there are those who seize an opportunity. Think big, believe big, and act big. The results will be big. Doors don't slam open. Nothing diminishes anxiety faster than action. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. You will never find time for anything. If you want something bad enough, you will make time for it. I am not what I ought to be, not what I want to be, not what I'm going to be, but I am proud to say I am way better than I used to be. If you want to walk on water, you have to be willing to step out of the boat. Crank up the crazy and break off the dial. There are 3 choices in the world. Be good, give up. Or give up. One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. People who raise their hands deserve to be ahead of people who do not. Act now. Opportunities don't wait for the conditions to be perfect. You can be wrong a million times. You only have to be right once. Only the mediocre are always at the best. Every author starts with the same alphabet. It's not what you have, it's how you use it. A good chess player always thinks 5 moves ahead. An expert thinks 10, a master thinks 25. A great chess player thinks 1, but it's always a good move. You know who isn't hard on themselves? Amateurs. Do it now because tomorrow isn't promised today. The best way to predict the future is to create it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Everything is impossible until somebody does it. You can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Likewise, just because you haven't doesn't mean you can't. Those who don't have no advantage over those who can't. Remember that guy that gave up? Neither does anyone else. You don't have time to be both happy. You do.